Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and I'm excited to unveil, I would say, the most powerful, the most strongest, the most versatile, the most user interactive invention that I have ever created through AetherX. And that is this. This is the Manifestation Wheel. And so as we take a look at the Manifestation Wheel, you see that there are 5 different rings that contain categories that you are able to fundamentally control within your entire environment, which means the power of the source center vibration, the power of Scalar, the power of the earth frequency, the sun frequency, the power of a 14-color array of healing modalities, the power of star constellations, the power of planets, the working together with your organs, and of working with certain categories of manifestations and amplification qualities are all within your complete command by working with something that is so simple looking, yet so profound and powerful. Because everything that you're seeing here in this wheel is commanded through the power of vibrational frequency that has been completely imbued within the manifestation wheel. Now, this really has been about 2 to 3 months in the making, because I had an idea of creating a wheel that kind of functions like a remote control that you will be able to personally command just through your own living space, through your own home. And this is not something that can just benefit you, it can benefit your entire household. So again, if you're living with your partner, with your kids, with your grandchildren, with your mom, your dad, your grandparents, etc., everybody can benefit from the manifestation wheel. Whether they understand it or not doesn't really matter, because the qualities that come together through this wheel speak for itself. And right here in the center, we have what's known as an input well, which means that whatever is not on the board pertaining to a manifestation or a body area within yourself, that you can actually command just with a simple piece of paper. So if I'm showing you this little piece of paper here that just says the eyes, and then you see my signature, and then you see the plus and the minus, well, I'll be getting into that in a minute. But this is really all that you have to do to calibrate and put it directly into the input well, or the center space of the wheel. You can also have a photo of yourself and then just pop that in the wheel. You can also have other people's photos that are within your household and pop it in the wheel. As we do that, we use what's known as the wheel pegs. They're just a simple nebula-colored peg that you're putting into the wheel. And as soon as you put it into the wheel, that one peg that you insert activates the entire wheel. Now, how the wheel works is you have 4 directional pucks. And these 4 directional pucks represent the north, east, south, and western directions for your own manifestation wheel. So if I was to put the north here, or the east here, the south here, the west here, within this little circle to where all 4 of these pucks are, it creates a 3-dimensional oval, which means a half oval here above and a half oval here below. Now you can extend these pucks as far and as wide as you wish. Usually what I recommend is putting this into your own respected north, east, south, west directions, using a free compass, like on your phone, okay? And just narrowly putting together the north, east, south, and west pucks within your living space. Maybe as far to the wall as possible, putting it on a desk, putting it on a windowsill, putting it on the floor, maybe taking some Scotch tape, putting it on an area of the wall, all of these are completely fine. But what this does is this captures the vibration of everything that's contained on the manifestation wheel, and you just spread it out throughout your space, and it creates that three-dimensional oval. And everything contained inside that three-dimensional oval are the vibrational frequencies that are contained inside this wheel. So taking a look at the wheel here, like I said, we have 5 rings of activity. The first being the star constellations, the 12 signs of the zodiac. The second ring, we have the 12 planets. We're looking at the Sun, Mercury, Venus, the Moon, and 2 of the Moon's north and south nodes, Rahu and Ketu. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, right? So we have all 12 planets here that you can work together with, because what you're doing, not only are you harnessing the energy of the stars, not only are you harnessing the energy of the planets, but through the board, you're going to learn how to balance those energies so that anything that may be detrimental or malefic through the alignment of a star constellation or through a planet will not affect your living space. You will have completely inhibited it. And you are actually having balanced energy, just like it's a ovular dome that's surrounding your entire home, because energetically it is. And you are able to completely harmonize the space, which means you are not in a victim consciousness relating to the effects of prana, like what we would find in feng shui, or again, the effect of the planets and the stars. All of this can be completely and totally balanced through the board. Brad, how can something just so small and simple do this? Because of what's contained inside the frequencies of these labels, because what I have put directly into this board through deep meditative states and being able to apply that. Okay. You also have a powerful charge of the Fibonacci sequence that is contained inside this board, just like radiate. So that again is another bonus of this board. So again, you can work in helping to enhance or dampen or inhibit or balance the star constellations. And what I would suggest is just working with simple familiarity with Vedic astrology. The reason why I suggest Vedic astrology is because out of all the astrologies, Vedic astrology is the most accurate. So you're working together with these little pegs, and you're just putting them into areas of the board, whether it's coming to star constellations, where if we're looking at our own natal chart, and we may notice that there are some oppositions relating to our own star constellations, our own signs, we can find that in a simple free chart. And all we're doing is we're harmonizing that, okay? We can either balance it, or again, we can do 2 other things, which is being able to enhance it or being able to inhibit it, okay? So when we get through the first 2 rings, we go to the 3rd ring, which represents our own organs. So we can take a look at that. Like I said, there's a lot to this board that you are able to perform and command, working with 12 organs. And like I said, this is where the input well comes in, because even if you want to go beyond the star constellations, the elliptical star constellations as they're termed, we can actually look into other constellations that we can harness directly into the board, such as Canis Major, right? We can look into other particular star systems. We can look into other constellations that are not on the elliptical path, and we can harness it. We can harness Orion. We can harness Lyra. We can harness Butes, Arcturus. We can harness all those, because all of that just comes through the piece of paper. Okay? Now, even though I'm sharing all this stuff with you, I know it may overwhelm you. And this is why, if you go down to the video description, you'll be able to access the free video tutorial playlist with the manifestation wheel. That is on the AetherX YouTube channel under playlists. Again, the direct link is in the video description. So there are thousands, hundreds of thousands I would say, even if you're very daring, millions of things that you can do with this board. This is why it is the most advanced, powerful, and strongest spiritual technology ever. I am not saying that lightly because of what you're able to do with this. Okay? This is not a portal by any means. This is not an Ouija board, okay, or anything of that nature. This is a control panel. This is working together with the power of the stars. This is working together with the power of the planets, with source center vibration, with scalar, with color frequencies, with the frequency of the earth, the Schumann resonance. Everything here is available to you to help balance out your body, to help balance out your environment through exploring the stars and the planetary alignments and seeing how those stars and planetary alignments are indeed part of the power source that powers this board. This is where you're taking something that a great master can do naturally with their mind, but now you have the capability to do it quite practically with this simple manifestation wheel. When we get through to the organs, and we're looking at that, we're also looking at the manifestation ring of this board, where you see 12 categories of manifestations that are in complement to the planets and to the star constellations. You may see that there might be more manifestations that you want to put into the board that perhaps the board does not cover. That again is where this comes into play. You put down the manifestation, you put down your signature, and then you would put down a plus or a minus or a plus and a minus. So looking at the plus and the minus with the manifestation wheel, what that means is, looking at it simply, the plus sign that is right next to this peg hole represents the enhancement quality of the board. The minus symbol that is right next to that appropriate peg hole is the dampening or the inhibiting of malefic attributes pertaining to that star constellation, that planet. If we're looking at organs, it represents detoxification. So it's contraction, it's contracting into the organs and helping to detoxify them when we're working with the minus peg hole. When it goes down to the manifestations, we're working to help inhibit any particular form of malefic qualities that represent that particular manifestation topic. Then the fifth ring we have as the amplification ring. Now this is where it gets incredibly intense. When you're working with the amplification ring of the manifestation wheel, you want to make sure that you're just starting off nice and easy. Okay, so the first part of the amplification ring is you're starting off at 150. Okay, and that represents the smallest amount of amplification that this board can start with. Okay. And again, you're putting the positive and the negative here. And like I said, please watch the tutorial series, the video tutorials, because then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about in this board and say, Brad, I'm confused. It's okay. I'm just giving you guys an introduction to this board, and I'm showing you how absolutely fantastic this is. This is a game changer. This will change your life, right? So when you start working together with appropriate amplification, this is affecting your entire living environment based upon the perimeters that you're putting through the pucks. So again, north, east, south, west, it's covering your entire home. It's going upstairs, it's going downstairs. It can be a short distance, it can be a long distance. It all just depends in regards to how the pucks themselves are placed, right? If you're in an apartment, if you're in a basement suite, there you go. You can arrange the pucks so that just your basement suite is being affected, just so your apartment is being affected, just so your home is being affected. Or you could go even further if you want. You want to talk to some people who also want to check out the manifestation wheel. You can extend the pucks to their property, right? There's no limits with what you can do with the manifestation wheel. Thousands of things that you can do with this simple wheel, this simple board, right? So again, when you're working with the amplification, you're noticing that your environment almost feels like a psychedelic space without actually being on psychedelics. That's how powerful the manifestation of amplification can be through this wheel, right? So you're working together, and what I would suggest is that you're just practicing one notch at a time to see exactly how much amplification you can handle. okay? If I'm putting together all of the amplification in this board, you're basically looking at an amplification factor that equals out to its sum of measurement to about 51,000% of amplification, which is probably about 15 to 20 times stronger than radiate regen. And radiate regen would be the second most powerful technology that we have in AetherX, okay? Manifestation wheel is the first. This one is untouchable, and there is no other spiritual technology on the planet like this, and I can guarantee you that. Because those particular technologies do not work together just with the source center vibration or even the planets or even the stars. That's how much energy you're wielding here. You're taking the energy of planets and you're putting it in here. You're taking the energy of star constellations and you're putting it in here. You're taking the energy of Scalar and source center vibration, which has been really amped up for this board, and you're putting it in here. You're putting the earth frequency of Schumann resonance amplified, and you're putting it in here, okay? I'm talking about major energy that, again, has a nice balance to it and can be worked on and intensified a lot more with the amplification settings of the manifestation wheel. So, I know this may sound all confusing in regards to what I'm showing you right now pertaining to the board, but once you start watching the video tutorial playlist on the manifestation wheel, it's all going to make sense. There are currently 7 videos at the time of this video recording that are contained inside the video tutorial playlist for the manifestation wheel. I'm going to be doing more, okay? As there's more frequently asked questions, there's going to be updates to that video tutorial playlist. There's also going to be new advanced techniques that you're going to be able to learn how to work with this board. So there's going to be quite a few other videos to come for that video playlist. So in summary, when you get the board, you're going to have here the manifestation wheel, and it's textured in a beautiful nebula cosmic color. You're going to have the 4 pucks, the 4 directional pucks. That is going to be included with your order. And you're going to have 60 of these, okay? These are the pegs. These are the pegs that go upon the wheel, okay? Now the best thing to work with this is just get a pair of scissors and then just start cutting them out, okay? It's kind of like those old-fashioned plastic figurines that you would get back in the day, right? So you're just taking some scissors and you're just cutting around it and working together with those pegs, okay? This is the entire set of the manifestation wheel. So if you are interested and you want to grab your own manifestation wheel, they are now available on AetherX.co. So all you do is go down to the video description, click on the link that says order here, and you'll be able to order the manifestation wheel right off the website. Great news about AetherX right now is if you are a little bit tight on money, we have a 50-50 installation plan, which means you just pay 50% for this board right from the get-go, and then after 30 days, you can pay the remaining 50%, okay? So we do have an installment plan available through all of the AetherX products, including the manifestation wheel. I have worked really, really hard to make something like this available for the public for quite some time, and I have seen it in the form of a wheel, right? So please check out the tutorial video playlist that you will find in the video description that takes you to the AetherX YouTube channel, so you can check out all 7 basic videos. And like I said, it is going to be upgraded more and more. It's going to be updated, I should say. It's going to be updated more and more with more videos that will help address frequently asked questions and even more advanced techniques that you can do with the wheel. And a lot of those advanced techniques is being able to work with your writing, right? Your writing of manifestation, your writing of, again, working with the body. You can also work together, like I said, adding more constellations to the wheel, adding more, if we have extra planets that maybe we're discovering, right? We can even put that in there as well too. So, like I said, there's no limit. This is the medium. This is the platform that you are getting to have a personal command of all of this cosmic energy that is coming into your space that will make it so simple for you to manifest, right? You think of one thought and you hold that thought even just for under a minute. This is an accelerator. This is a massive amplifier. This is like having 100 giant crystals within your space that are charged with that source planetary and cosmic star constellation energy. It's going to be phenomenal, right? Like I said, you can amplify this to the point where it just feels like your whole space is alive. It just feels like you're inside a psychedelic trip without having to take psychedelics. That's how incredible this is. So I'm going to leave it to you. Go ahead, check out the video description, check out the manifestation wheel on the AetherX website, check out our video tutorial playlist. Thank you so much for watching. I'm super excited to bring this to you. And like I said, I hope you get the greatest benefits of it, helping to attune your body to great wellness and health, helping to bring about the manifestations that you have always wanted to bring about, helping you to completely balance the astrological energies of the planets and the star constellations throughout your entire home. And it can all be done through a simple little wheel like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you again in the next video. Namaskar, and may it be well with you. Bye for now.